Hello there and welcome to another vlog. Or is it a vlog? It's the best of the vlogs. 12 videos were released last year, classed as Barry's vlogs. 11 of them I'm going to visit on this video. The 12th, which is the resolutions vlog, you'll see next week. So come and join me with my favourite bits of the vlogs of 2019. Now, most of the vlogs were filmed in 2019. 4 of them were actually filmed as what I call banker vlogs within 2 days in July 2018, and you'll get them as well. I'm going to do it more or less in order of them being filmed, so it will start with the first of the banker vlogs, which is the Craig and Nethan Castle video. And this actually was the first proper video that was released in the year after the resolutions. So, here we are, I'm visiting the castle down in Lanarkshire, and there's one little bit of defensive structure that I'm really interested in down there, which I go and visit here in this clip, which is the Capenair. Is it Capenair? Capenair? I can't remember, it's one of the two, but I got the name wrong in the video. I'm probably going to get it wrong again here, but here we are. Here it is, the visit to Craig and Nethan Castle. I've come in from the wrong end, but if you could imagine, you're coming through this ditch, you're broken in, and you're walking along here, and you've got musket fire coming from those holes. People shooting in there for you. So yeah, look. So, as it quite really says on here, the most unusual element of Hamilton and Finn's defensive scheme, a gun emplacement for scouring the Great Ditch and picking off attackers attempting to undermine or scale the main western rampart. The name derives from the Italian caponata, meaning a little hut. The prototype was apparently invented by an Italian engineer, Francesco di Giorgio Martini, shortly before 1500, and perfected by Albrecht Dürer in the 1520s. It had a very short life because of major shortcomings in its design. There are scarcely any in the British Isles, and this is undoubtedly the best preserved. It is intended to be used to hinder close assault. The men posted here were armed with handheld guns, but the field of fire was very restricted, and the lack of ventilation means each volley of the fire was accompanied by suffocating gunpowder smoke. It soon became obsolete and was replaced by the wall traverse at the far end of the ditch. I knew it was fairly unique. But look, you've got the line of fire there. That's not a lot of line of fire you can see in there. You won't be able to see through, but that's for the grass and that as well, so you really can't see it. But if that was really well mown, then, you know, it'd be dangerous, but it wouldn't be practical. I mean, that line of view is better. You can actually see out, but the other side's terrible. You've got to remember when this was created, guns and gunpowder were fairly new in their infancy, especially handguns. They were still most likely matchlock, probably, and they were not the best things. They did create a lot of smoke, so you can understand taking a few shots in here how choking the smoke would be. There's very little ventilation, so you can understand why it was a nice idea, and it is one of the best preserved I've seen. In fact, it's the only one I've seen, if I remember correctly. I think there's only one other example that's close to it. It's a little later design, and that's the one in Carlisle. But this one is certainly of its time, and an interesting defensive position, but it doesn't really do much. It really doesn't do much at all. Next up, the following day was a trip to Persia, and the first of 3 vlogs filmed on that day. This one's from Stanley Mills. Now, I have done videos based on Mills before. New Lanark was the last one I did, which is the very first of the modern format of the vlogs back in 2016. It's hard to believe. But this one, yeah, did the tour of the mills and the exhibitions, but it was a bit about the power of water that I thought quite interesting. And here is my little video on that bit. Right, a bit of fun, here we go. We'll start the water pump now. And the lathe. the barrier down to prevent the flow a bit more. If I put it up, it flushes it. Right, move on here. This is the older fall tower here, the early days, with the water wheels. So if I lift it up, you'll see that it's the early tower. Close it down, stops it. Okay, next one. Two leg bits here. First one runs the wheel underneath. So, and then the second one here runs top of the wheel. Okay, and then we'll have the turbine, which is the modern version. So, put the turbine there, put the water in. You see the turbine working away. Let's just stop it, shall we? When I visit different locations and different places across the country with historical sites, some of them surprise me in regards to some of their final touches and finishes they have. The stonework you see in Calavrock Castle is quite elaborate. You've got Aberdare, which is virtually complete with its painted ceiling. This is another painted ceiling, but there's also painted walls as well. And this is from Huntingtower Castle. And it's an interesting little castle. But this bit is about the painted ceiling and the better example, as far as I'm concerned, I found of painted ceilings here in Scotland. So there's only one other place I'm aware of where there is an amazing painted ceiling, and that's, I think it's Aberdare. But this one is even more extraordinary, and it goes back quite a while. So this was the 16th century wall and ceiling paintings that were here, and there's some elements on the walls over there as well, which is brilliant. Number of fireplaces in here is fantastic. Oh, can't get in that bit. They've locked it. Or can you? Oh! Oh! You can. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look. Haha! Look at this. Wow, 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 wow. Brilliant view. Linking on to the previous video, it's not just obviously painted ceilings I like, it's the fact that sometimes you get some surprises in some of these historical sites, and Elco Castle was no different. Thought it was another run-of-the-mill standard castle, but there's two elements I did quite like. There was coving, which was up there that you could see, and there's also an amazing thing about floor beams, something you don't really see in castles. You see the posts where the beams are in, but you never really see them, and Huntingtower had one of those nice surprises. This is a big hallway. A lot of space in here, big hall. The ceilings are probably going to be similar to what you see at Huntington Tower, or Hunting Tower Castle nearby originally, but there was coving in the design on the picture there, so obviously there was some sort of 17th century design put into here later, but it's still an interesting building. And you can see this, there is, once again, there's a bit more of fancy stonework showing up on the walls. Whoa, that's a big stairwell. Where does that lead to? Need to find out. Ah! It's the main entrance stairwell that goes up for the lords and ladies. So this would be in a brilliant big staircase that they would have walked up. Aha! I see. What's in here? What's in here? What's in here? Oh, some private chambers, but it's about. Oh, that might be a toilet. It is. Little private water closet. Oh, has it got any further? No, it's just windows here. I must say, I like the windows. Another room, similar design, similar layout. Some more plasterwork sitting here though, on this one. Obviously the flooring and that is more recently renovated. 1830 there was proper renovations here though, I believe. Again, another toilet. Near the top. Look, the original beams are up there. Just noticed that, look. Original beams to the next floor are there, still in place. That's a rarity. You don't see that much. You see the holes, but you don't see the beams. So it gives you a better sense of what how high the room would be. Look. Again, multiple floors, you can see that. And you can see the timber beams for the floor. Wow. That's something you don't see in houses a lot, you really don't. I'm going to continue the chronological order now, and I'm going to go to Capital Sci-Fi Con in February last year when I was waiting to get a signature from Peter Capaldi. And my goodness, what a wait that was. Everyone for themselves. He's going to be here till everybody. So if I'm the last one, so be it. As you can hear, everybody closing up. The only ones that are still here are the ones going for Peter Capaldi's autograph. So here we go. So, after getting the ticket at 11:30 this morning, he's supposed to finish at 4, Peter Capaldi. He agreed to 500 signatures, or people meeting. He was talking to everybody for a couple of minutes each, and that started build up time and time and time. By 2 o'clock, he'd only done it through about 150. By 4 o'clock, he'd only done 250. He went for a break, and then came back at 5, and went through the remaining 250 with less and less opportunity to say hello and talk and speak. And by the time it came to me, 10th from the end, more or less, he was just very quickly, shake your hand, hi, how you doing, what's the name, sign, and somebody at the side took photographs of the signature process. Apart from that, it wasn't the most exhilarating experience, but I have it. Living history is something that you guys know I have a real interest in, and I've tried to develop and look into as time goes on. Not really vlogged much about it since 2017, but to be fair, Carrick 800's time as a reenactment group was coming to an end. And as you know from previous videos I've released about that the group is finally wrapping up as a reenactment group as such. However, I am continuing with reenactment. I'm joining another group called Historic Saltire this year. Hopefully there's a lot more opportunity this year for me to do a bit of filming here, there and everywhere, and a few more interests as well. So it could be interesting this year, see how that goes. However, here is my trip to the Straven Medieval Fair, the first one that's actually happened up in the Central Belt for a few years, back in February 2019. If you know me well enough, and I've said it a few times in vlogs, I tend to take a week off in February, and in that time I tend to take a couple of days within that filming around historical sites and doing some vlogging to build up some banker vlogs. I tend to do that in the second 2 weeks in the summer as well, around about the end of July, when I do my trip to Cleverock Castle. This is no exception, really. It's an interesting trip because it's the first trip down south, down through England, and I tend to do this once a year. I tend to travel across the border in England. Now, I didn't hire a car last year at all. I actually trained this time to York, and it was an early start. It was 5 in the morning to get into Glasgow, to get the train to Edinburgh, to then get down to York. And I arrived in York about 10 o'clock. And the idea was to go down and see the Jorvik Festival, but I didn't really plan it that well. And I should have really bought a ticket for the Jorvik Centre to save me time in advance, to save me time having to queue, because after 7 hours of queue for Peter Capaldi couple of days before, when this was filmed, I didn't want to spend another 2.5 hours queuing for the Jorvik Centre in York, because the queue was going down the streets. So I decided to do a bit of history itself and went to a place called the Barley Hall, which is a reconstructed museum from the 16th century. And the holiday vlogs are back again. In May, I went over to Croatia for a week to experience the sights of Dubrovnik and all the islands and area roundabout. This was a family holiday to celebrate my sister's milestone birthday. I won't go into what age she was, but she is younger, so you can maybe figure out from there what kind of milestone we're talking about here. You can leave a comment, but I probably won't answer to it down below, but there we are. And this is what the first of, there was 4 vlogs filmed in total, 4 different places. The first one was me going around the Elefiti Islands, which is the next clip that you will see. This one is the city walls and Fort St. Lawrence, as the English name is, and I can't say the Croatian name, and I'm sorry. I just can't see it. So here is a little bit of my talk around the walls of Dubrovnik. So for the next hour and a bit, probably going to be doing a bit of this, going around the city walls. I'm just going to keep this running, talk as we go, I think. You'll get edited highlights, of course, guys. So that's the outer walls. There, that's where the buses go. Further up there is where the hotel will be. When we go this way, you've got the main street. You go down there and you get to the old harbour. So 2 days in. Yesterday was quite magical, really. We went on a ship called the Curvature. And we did a tour of the Elefate Islands. Weather was a bit overcast like this in the morning, and then it got a bit brighter, so it's been quite fun so far. But this is the beginning of the summer season. There's so many people here. It's only the first week of the summer season, really. It's quite fun. What I love is all the buildings have got terracotta tiles on them. That lovely colour against the sandy sandstone. There's the fort. Everybody knows from Game of Thrones. I think. Trying not to get any stair shots in here when I'm walking up and downstairs and that, this one. You guys are used to it in the castle vlogs, but that's not the point. Oh look, that's a better view there, look at this. Look at this. That's lovely. I'm going to take a still shot for Instagram and that, I think. There we are. Now, as I mentioned, the filming was slightly piggledy-piggledy. Certain days we've done certain things in certain places. This was a trip to the Elefiti Islands, a lovely cruise ship called the Curvature, I think it was called. I can't remember. It's my brain does not take in European names, Slavic names. I had the same trouble when I was in Poland 3 years previous. But yes, this is a lovely little trip around the Elefiti Islands, and quick little montage here of the trip itself. Really stunning scenery around the Elefiti Islands, and the whole area was stunning in its scenery. We ventured into 2 different countries as well on day trips. Mostar in Bosnia, which we'll see a little bit of here in this little clip here. And also I went to Kotor in Montenegro. Kotor was okay, a little bit rushed. Mostar was the nicer experience, including a trip to a set of waterfalls that were really, really stunning. Waterfalls. Oh, it's one of these things, isn't it? Water. I don't know if you can hear this, we'll see. But wow, that's stunning. Plus you're right up to where the water rests as well. really quite lovely. So this is lovely. Lovely Mostar. So we are Mostar. Just had some meal, had some cevapi and some coke. That was quite interesting. Very spicy paprika sausage and what is basically a doughy pita bread. Quite nice. Here for a couple of hours. It's supposed to be raining at this time, but it seems to be a lot different and a lot nicer. And in front of me is the bridge of Mostar, the famous Mostar Bridge, which was destroyed about 20 years ago as part of the Civil War. What's happening here? Mostar is the capital of Herzegovina, which is the Croatian part of Bosnia. I saved the best till last in these vlogs, and it was a place called Lokrum Island. Really relaxing, really brilliant. There was a brilliant Napoleonic fort at the top of the island, on the top of the hill of the island. And there was an absolutely fantastic set of wild, tame animals. We've got peacocks there, but you've also got something which I really, really enjoyed, and I thought was really cute. And there was an extra video for this, because of this, and it is, of course, the tame rabbits. The bunnies of what I called Bunny Island, Lokrum Island. And here is the little montage of all the cute little furries that I saw there. Now, I'll have to admit now, I've just miscounted. I realised earlier on I turned around and said there was 12 videos released as vlogs in 2019. That's wrong. It was actually 13, the most I've ever done in a year. The New Year's vlog will be covered next year, as I mentioned. But the 12th video was an invitation of sorts to go to Weems Bay again. Kirsty, who is friends with all the station's YouTubers, Vicky Pipe and Jeff Marshall, asked me to come along and say hello, and we ended up having a meal later on Rothsay itself, on Butte itself rather, in Rothsay, the village, the town. And it's the second time I've been doing the water to Rothsay in the vlogs. This time though, while we're waiting for the queue and waiting to talk, we had a little chat, and we had an unexpected gatecrasher, and that's all I'm going to say. Right, we're back together again. I don't know how I keep doing this, but don't do it, please. So we're here at Weems Bay. We are going to go over to Butte later on, aren't we?
Yes.
Or as we call it over here, Rothsay.
Rothsay.
Yeah, Rothsay.
Rothsay.
I can't say it.
Rothsay.
Yeah.
Fletcher.
No, I can't say it in Scots.
Is that I just know it's Rothsay.
Or in Glaswegian.
Ah.
See, I don't know what I'm talking about. See, I'm nervous because I'm actually going to be meeting people I've been following on YouTube for a while. I've met them briefly already, but there's a big long queue for them. And this one knows them.
My mates.
Yeah, your mates.
Special friends.
Special friends?
They are actually quite... Oh wow, there is a bit of a queue.
Yeah, it's quite a queue.
I think I'm so famous.
Well,
We're going to get a text in a minute, like, because they're so famous to get Starbucks. So I need like a soy latte and a flat white, and I'll need like an avocado bagel, because we're like famous now.
it's not that
No,
bad, is it?
never.
Yeah, no.
Never. Could you imagine? As soon as Barry hits 1,000 subscribers, we'll be living on a diet of avocado and kale.
No.
No.
I know my weight loss diary is going well, but I wouldn't be that. I'm not going that extreme.
No, I'm proud of you, man.
So we're still. Well, the past couple of months have been a bit up and
Do you want me to take a picture?
actually. No, I'm alright, thank you. I'm just vlogging at the moment.
Vlogging?
I'm vlogging,
Alright,
sorry.
bro. So this is Daryl Burns. I'm from Erskine, and I'm going to be on this vlog.
He's fair skin.
I'm from Erskine, by the way. It's got a bridge and a hotel.
Have
And
you-
a beach. It's got a beach.
Erskine's got a big
Erskine's got a beach. And do you want to know another fun fact about Erskine?
What?
See Train Spotting 2?
Aye.
Erskine Bridge Hotel was on Train Spotting 2.
Was it?
Yes.
Right.
Good to know, us.
I know.
Have you got a Twitter?
I do have Twitter.
Tell the people.
Tell it. We are the people. My Twitter is @_DBURNS1.
Follow him.
Follow me.
Quality man.
Follow me and everything will be alright. Where he's going? Go to Rossi?
We're planning to. Yeah.
Okay, I will get you on the... I will join you on the ferry for the next part of this vlog.
Oh well, if that's the perils of being on YouTube, I'm a bit concerned now. Wow. Okay. Mate,
What a legend.
well done. Yeah, well done, mate. That's brilliant. Yeah.
Do you
I
know
think you've
what?
just made the vlog.
Do you know what? The world would be a better place if everyone was just,
like that.
yeah. Like, some people need to calm down. He was great. Bless him.
The question people have asked now is Barry going to time it so he doesn't go on the same ferry, or is he going to get out? He's going to look out and have the same ferry?
I don't know. To be fair, he's probably going to be in the next. He's probably also going to fall overboard, I imagine. I think the boys had a few.
That's true.
Someone put a life jacket on him for his safety. We're concerned.
Yeah, no, it's terrible, isn't it?
But bless, he's a big fan of the Waverley. We don't know if you can hear him
Yeah, you were saying Waverley quite a bit, yeah.
chanting it literally all the way down the ramp. So,
Could be nice.
God love him. Fun guy. Follow his Twitter. It could be great.
It could be great. It could be not. I'll put a disclaimer in here now. I can't think what the disclaimer would be. I'm sorry if it's not the best Twitter you've ever followed.
But he's a fun guy.
That's it. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, as always. If you like this video, don't forget to like it and share it with the hashtag teamstructor. It's down there, of course. And if you want to see any of the vlogs in full, the playlist is right up there, so go have a look at that. And yes, 13 vlogs in 2019, most I've ever done in a year. Hopefully it long continues into 2020. A few bankers still to come. from 2019. And maybe a couple of completionists from 2018 that I haven't managed to finish yet as well. But I hope you can join me for that. Next week is the resolutions vlog for 2020, and see what resolutions are they going to change up this year. I have been thinking about different resolutions, and hopefully I'll be able to keep a few more this year. But regardless of that, don't forget, if you like the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell so you know when a new video comes out. Until next time, thank you very much guys for watching. I post a new video every Sunday at 4 PM GMT UTC +0, and currently the first impressions on the new episodes of Doctor Who comes out on Monday at 6 PM GMT, GMTV, I nearly said GMT UTC +0. So until next time, thank you very much once again guys for watching, and I'll see you later.